Today we're working with Tacoma, who often shows up as a right-brain extrovert. In other words, her anxious nature encourages her to run away from pressure. To start, I'm being very clear that I would like for her to separate from her peers who are working in the arena, engage in a relationship with me, and go to the round pen that is across the pasture. Time to put your patience pants on, everyone. So a few things that we can attune to here are that she seems to be interested in the relationship, but she is also seeking the safety of the rest of the herd in the arena. So my task is to be patient while also keeping us both focused on the desired results. I'm going to have to rely on our relationship and build trust in order for her to leave her comfort zone and walk all the way across the pasture to do work with me. So you're going to see me doing a lot of pressure and release, a lot of co-regulation, which obviously starts inside of me, and it's going to take a lot of time. Now, I could put a halter on her because we have a decent relationship and she would probably let me do that, but I'm seeking partnership from Tacoma, not submission. Part of the reason Tacoma has a more anxious nature is because in her previous life experiences, before she got to us, she had been pretty dominated. So she pretty much lived a life of halters and saddles and not much choice. And so if we want to break these patterns with Tacoma, we need to rewire her brain to be more trusting in her relationships with humans. And I can do my part by providing her what she needs. In order to provide Tacoma what she needs, I have to make sure that I have what I need. In order to feel confident and comfortable working with this highly sensitive being and go the distance with her, I'm using some tools. One, I have a physical tool of a stick and string, which is not for whipping her into submission, but rather to extend my length to make me about the size of a horse and also allow me to apply pressure at a safe distance. I'll also be pausing, checking in with myself, redirecting my focus from task to relationship, and lots of breathing. Because what I know about Tacoma and other highly sensitive beings is that she is picking up on every feeling I have inside of me before I'm even conscious of it. This is why we say attunement starts with us, and we must embody the principles we're asking for. We basically don't do mindfulness, we are mindful. If I want a calm and connected horse or kid, guess what I have to be? So, as we know, we also need to be super attuned to the being we are in relationship with. A few things that I'm paying attention to in regards to signals that she is feeling comfortable, at least as much as she can, is the position of her ears, her nostrils, and also her mouth. I'm really looking for licks and chews. And you can see here that I'm retreating to see if she's willing to engage, and look what she does here. So you can see that she wants to be in this relationship. She could be anywhere in this pasture right now, but she's having to just work through some things in her mind in order to build this trust. And I'm going to give her the time to do that. When she comes in, I'm going to give her some scratches. I'm not just going to be like, oh, okay, let's go to the task. And yet I'm still focused on the task. We're still in this partnership here. And being in partnership means I get to make requests too. So she gets to make a request. She's looking for relationship. She's looking for connection. I'm going to give her that. And I'm also going to ask things of her. you see here, we got a little bit farther away from our herd, and I tested the relationship by putting some pressure, and she's just not there yet. So now I have to check myself, because we've actually been at this game for a while longer than what you all have been watching. So I have to be attuned to my frustration and just honor that, and also the fact that we have clients in the arena who are overseeing my failure to get this horse from point A to point B. So I'm pausing, I'm breathing, I'm checking in with myself. She's actually looking at me, and I can tell she's expecting me to be frustrated and aggressive with her, or she's wondering if I'll just give up. Because doing neither are a healthy option for this relationship. I'm approaching, but I'm going slow, I'm stopping, breathing, I'm downshifting my energy, I'm probably singing a song inside my head, doing my own mindfulness. And when I get to her, I'm not just going to go immediately into task focus, but rather I'm going to go back to building the relationship. And this is really burning her neurons. And as you can see there, I got some lick and chews, her head turned towards me, and again, she's just standing there. She could walk away, she could run away, she could nip at me, but because of where I am and just going slow and meeting her where she is, and because we've done put in some time to build this relationship, you can see that she is relatively relaxed when it comes to us being connected on her terms. So the more that I can get this, and the more that I can meet her on her terms, the quicker that I'm going to be able to shift her into connection on my terms. So let's try this again. So this time she bailed out pretty quickly, so I'm going to make a request immediately, and you can see how she does with the pressure. Because at this point, I've taken a lot of time on her terms, and I'm now going to start pushing the terms towards my direction. We call this taking the 51%. Now, I still have to honor where she is, which is needing to run and get that energy out of her body. She's not hurting anything other than making this a longer video for everyone to watch. This is where I encourage you to check in with yourself to see what's coming up for you. Are you getting impatient? Have you checked out? Are you having fun? Or all of the above? So again, I gotta check myself, breathe, and approach very mindfully, taking more of an indirect route. Again, this is not what she's expecting. She's expecting me to either come in aggressively, or she's, again, hoping that I give up. Again, that's not good. Neither one of those are good for our relationship. So she engages. Again, this is on her terms. She approaches me. And instead of going straight to the task, I'm going to meet her where she is and honor that and build her trust. Oh, and Another key thing here to know is don't take any of this personally. Now you can see she knows what I want her to do, and she's starting to do that. We're getting farther, so I'm going to walk slowly with her. And even though she's bailing out, we still got farther than we did the last time. So rinse and repeat. Check in with myself, honor that I'm getting frustrated, and so this time I'm gonna do something different, and I'm sitting down. So I'm gonna sit down here for quite a while. She's over there in the corner and she's looking at me, and I'm just gonna sit here and just wait for her to go through. I'm not gonna follow her this time. So I sat in the pasture for a while, and she stood in the corner watching me. I was checking myself, breathing, and now I'm going to approach mindfully. And this time I'm approaching, but stopping and allowing her to take a step towards the relationship. And once she does this, I'm going to reward her for that so that she gets some dopamine in her brain, and we both get a good flow of oxytocin to reduce all the stress. You can see she's shaking it off, chewing, shifting her weight. See what happens and how our relationship goes forward from here.